I'm not seeing any thumbs up. Let's go like a shelf for it. Okay. Yes. Who's the table helper? Take the cups and go fill it up with some water. I've already got water in the sink.
Jamaya got here. She wants me the bag. I had to take out my kids. I'm sure. Right
Helping. Who's doing the seeds?
Jamaya. I mean, not Jamaya.
Yes, ma'am.
But I'm having
Seeds will now find a location for your seeds.
today. So we can have the water flushing down the
Okay, everyone go back to their table. I'm going to tell you how you're going to decide where to put your seeds. Table 4. Listen. What's this mean? Quiet sign and listen. As a group, you decide what location you want your seeds to go in, and you send one person. You don't need to send them with a bag, and then water will leak out of your bag, so be careful. One person will go from your table and stand in that location. So we see where everyone's going to put their seeds. So as a group at your table, quietly decide where you're going to place your seeds, and then you have a member of your group come and stand in that location. I said quietly, follow directions. Kind of a secret. You don't want to let some other table know what you're planning, so whisper. I said send one member of your group. I said send one member of your group to stand. I did not say go put your, Table 3, go back. I said send a member of your group to stand in the location. Leave your seed bag at your seat. So you send one member of the group. So table 2 has already taken this spot. Table 3, go back to your seat. You are not following directions. There should be one person, not a bag, one person at the location. So pick the location. If there's already someone there, find a different location that we discussed earlier. Orlando, there's already someone there. Anywhere in the classroom that there's not already a person standing.
Stop.
Go outside and send them there. They're not supposed to wander around the room trying to figure it out on their own. All of you come back over here and decide a place. So we need a place that's darker. Think about a place that's darker. I can put some seeds in the cabinet. Someone wants the long cabinet, I can put them in there. I go stand up on my happy dog.
You said you want
Someone can place one on the wall. By the door. Table 4, do you have a hard time deciding? Maya, I said send one person. Who's over here? Joseph?
I tried my mind.
Alright, well this window's open. Shardae's over here. Who's at this window?
Almeida, no.
Okay, Almeida, you're gonna be by the door? Alright. So table 6, are you the window? Go outside.
Yeah, let's do the window.
Okay, so we have our window assignments. Now, another group member, please bring, we'll start over here. Well, where's table one? We'll start with table one. Table one's going to put their seeds in the closet to see how they grow.
Oh, you better like little dog.
So table one, bring your seeds quickly. Other table members, one person, bring the seeds, please.
She said that's going to take with like a seed.
She said one table helper. One table.
No, table helper have to pick some. Y'all get to do everything else.
Yes.
Oh,
Table two.
they got to do it. I only did a one-time job. They did everything else. I only did a one-time job. I only did one-time job. All you did was put seed, and that's what everybody wants to do, right? Right? Right?
All right, go back to your seat with table helpers. What are you supposed to be getting for your group? Jalen, check for water drops on the table. Table helpers, what are we doing now? We're doing our your pumpkin life cycle. Where did I say those are?
At the back table.
Where's table three?
Right here.
Table three right here. Table three is Joseph. Bring yours. Where are you going to put yours? In the cabinet or on it? Just on it. You want to do the classroom somewhere? What's going to be on here? You just tape it here. We don't have any things. We have windows and we have in the closet. We don't just have them in the classroom. We can just take it in. Okay. We need some different things. They're called variables. Variables for new observations. Table 4. Almeida. Go ahead and do yours. I'll go ahead and do yours. I can get my tape. Okay. There's the top. Alright. Will you hold that up for me, please? Then you can pass this to Alicia to put in the window. Alicia, can you take that in the window, please? Almeida. Table helpers, go ahead and take your tubs and paper towels, trash bin. Table helpers, you should have a life cycle sheet taking it to your group. No. Put it in the trash bin, please. Would you go get the supply bin for your table?
She gave me extra.
Your mom. Go get the supply bin.
Where's the trash bin?
Where Dawes is. Would you put it on the counter, please? So rulers on the counter, cups in the trash bin. Thank you. So you will need your scissors. Make sure the zipper bag is nice and closed. You don't want it to sit on the
Yeah.
So we need scissors and glue. So based upon what we've already learned and what we already know, what should you start with if you want to grow a pumpkin? Think about what are you going to start with if you want to grow a pumpkin? Maya? A seed. So where would that be? In the top left, in the top right? Where would you put a seed in this life cycle? In the top left is what Yadira is pointing to. Remember, this is a life cycle chart. So if we're starting with a seed, you have to begin at the what?
Top.
At the top in this diagram. So if someone doesn't have a glue in their supply bin, please raise their hand. Don't have your own glue? What happened to all the glue, table 6? Tavion, I've already given you some glue. What happened? Don't know? Who has glue still? Maya, you have glue? Where is it? Well, we'll share. I only have 3.
I don't have any glue.
So you have to leave that open until you cut these out. So if someone else gets theirs cut out, you don't grab the glue and hold on to it. You just leave it in here. Whoever gets theirs cut out first may nicely get some glue and use it and put it back in the bin, please. Please return that to me. Tavion, have you checked for some glue? I see glue in here. You can borrow Andrea's. She's not here today. So, does anyone else not have glue? Me. Alright, well, I see lots of glue at your table. Who would like to volunteer to make sure that Jalen has a share of glue? I would use the glue stick on this one. So, cut all of them out first, please. Cut all of them out and then glue. Your glue, there's the lid off right now. Cut first and then glue, and please put your name at the top. This is what I'm going to, this is an independent activity. What's independent mean?
By yourself.
By yourself. So I want to see that you know yourself. I can tell your group can follow instructions well. I need to know that you understand what we're talking about with the life cycle. And I thought pumpkins were good things for October, and we could have done this in November too, because we could talk a lot about pumpkins. What do we make out of pumpkins that we like?
Pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie.
Or pumpkin cake.
Or seeds. Who likes pumpkin seeds? I like pumpkin seeds. Please check and make sure you have, I see several of you have not written your name yet at the top. At least put your number on it. You don't want to put your whole name right now. I'm thinking about putting these inside the classroom since they're pumpkins. I think it would be nice for people to be able to walk by and see our life cycle, and we can write some of our vocabulary words underneath. We already did. So please write underneath. We've learned about seeds. We learned about what, Alsaja, what did you say you learned what something was in your science book? What was it? It's on the want to learn. Germinate. So what do we know about germinate? It's not the seed, it's when. What happens? showed us in the video also that something had already germinated. So is that at the beginning, middle, where is that in the life cycle of this pumpkin? Which rectangle are you putting a picture of a germinate? Is it the first one with the seed? Is it the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth? Which one has germinate? Joseph said second. Jemiah's showing me the second one. She's holding it up. So which one shows germinate? Okay, that's sprouting. So, but it's just what? What has the seed done? Sprouted. Our two students say sprouted. So what does that mean? What's happened to the seed? What's the seed have to do for something to germinate? Stay all closed up? Well, what does sprout mean to the seed? What
Sprout means that it's coming out of the seed.
Okay, so Sharday said that it means that it's grown out of the seed.
The pumpkin has a sprout. The pumpkin has a light. Do you know how pumpkin sprouted out of
Jemiah, what is the issue? Are we talking about glue? Please don't make me see your intern. Sorry, I was blue. Okay. So if there's a picture on your life cycle that you can apply any of our words we've already written about up here, I'd like for you to write those underneath the picture, because we are third grade and we can apply words and pictures together. We can understand that. So if there's something you learned about, we learned about germinate, we just talked about it. We talked about seeds. Is there anything else in your life cycle that matches with any of the things we've talked about? That we're talking about now is to write words under things off of our charts. You have your little yellow chart too. Right here on it. So what words that we've already talked about from our vocabulary can you label these life cycle pictures with? What's something you can reference that you read today? What do I always tell you to reference when you're thinking about things? What's something that you could look at and help you remember what these are? I get dojo points for someone who comes up with this one. What is something that you can look at? Some of you still have them on your desks. Maya. What's something you can look at? Marion? Labels. Where are we going to get those labels from, Yanira? Well, do we have anything about plants on our nameplate information? In your science book. Did we read our science book today?
Yes.
Did we look at a life cycle of a tomato plant? Yes. So could that possibly give you some clues about how you could label these pictures? Okay. So we still have a little bit of controversy over whether a pumpkin is a vegetable or a fruit. So I would like a volunteer who, someone said they're already finished. Raise their hand. Daniel, I'll let Daniel, one boy and one girl. That's why you Daniel again. I'm sorry. Alex, Daniel's brother. And a girl who's finished. Almeida? Well, Zanaja and Almeida, you want to look together? Okay. Look up the word pumpkin and see if it tells us if it's a fruit or a vegetable, please. And Alex, if you want to let someone at your table help you, they may, or you can work by yourself. That's your choice. I'm just having two people look it up. Because we weren't sure if it, I'm not sure either. I think it's a vegetable, but Jalen thinks it's a fruit. So the best thing we can do is look it up. Pumpkin. P-U-M-P-K-I-N. Pumpkin. So go ahead and label on your paper. Label the seed. labeled germinate. And where's the seed in your cluster life cycle? And where's germinate? Germinate and seedling go together. You'll look in your science book. Now keep going. U is way back to the alphabet. So we'll find out if it's a fruit or a vegetable. Well, you gotta have the fruit. So I get your science book out and check your science book. I'm not sure. Gotta have flowers to make the fruit. Okay. Peel that peel off. Flowers.
I'll make some strawberry.
You gotta have flowers before you have fruit. Science book out. Look at the picture of the fruit and the flowers. So which comes first, flowers or fruit?
Flowers.
Flowers. So make sure your picture with the flowers comes before pictures of the we're calling it fruit. Jalen thinks it's fruit. And remember, you've got a life cycle diagram we just read to reference. Did you label them? Yes, label them. What's the seed? What's the seedling? What's the flower? Remember we talked about that? Michael, did you come in your science book? We talked about that?
This is like candy, sour candy.
I don't think so. That's not what my notes smell. So if you want to check your work, what do you use? Your science book. You want to check your work before you glue it down. I always say, what do I say? Dry fit and then glue. Before you glue it down, check your work. I like that table 3. Table helper came around with a trash can and they put all their trash in the trash bin. It's a fruit according to Zanaj and Almeida. And Jalen said he thought it was Jalen. Did you hear that? Yes, sir. What's that called? What's that called? Get your science book open. We already have a whole diagram. Quiet signs. I'm going to let Michael read the definitions. Zanaj and Almeida looked up the definitions and confirmed what Jalen thought. It is a fruit.
No.
We've already looked it up. Michael, would you read that nice and loud, please? Kara, listen, please.
Big round fruit that grows on a vine along the ground. People often carve faces in pumpkins Halloween.
Okay, so it is a big, round orange fruit. So pumpkins are a fruit, just like a tomato. What page is that, Michael?
That page 418.
Page 418. Now label the pictures, please. Third graders label their pictures. We have a seed. We have a seedling from germinating. We something there. We have fruit. We have smaller fruit. Germinating goes with seedling. Germinate and seedling go together. Check your page in your science book. So is this germinate or is this germinate? Check your science book. Before you write, reference your science book, please. Always check before you glue. When you're labeling, always get a reference and check your words before you write. You're done cutting and gluing. All the supplies should be back. You're finished cutting and gluing. You should not have your scissors full of glue. Let me have back the glue. This is throwing. Your science book and our KWL chart, what do we call this? Throwing, but what do we call that KWL chart? Look at the word. It's labeling. KWL chart. Alright, if you're finished labeling your pumpkin life cycle, you may put it in the middle of the table. Put it in the middle of the table, and the table helpers will check them out when everybody's finished. So thumbs up if you learned something new. You learned something new today. Thumbs up. Okay, who's not sure if they learned something new? Who didn't think they learned anything today? Well, I didn't see enough thumbs up. I saw a lot of people thumbs up, and some of you didn't tell me anything. Thumbs up. All right, one more time. Who learned something new today? Thumbs up. Ramon, what did you learn that was new today? The seeds grow from the water and the sun. Jalen, what did you learn that was new today? Okay, did many of thumbs up? So how many of you learned that a tomato is a fruit today?
What, a tomato?
Tomato. We read about it. How many of you learned that a pumpkin is a fruit? I wasn't sure, so I learned that today too. Okay, good job. We're going to make observations. Our first observation, listening. In your science learning log, your first observation, we'll write that down this afternoon. And what stage are we in the life cycle?
Pumpkin.
We're at the pumpkin stage. We have pumpkins in our bags in the windows?
No, seed.
Seed. So what are at the beginning, middle, or end of the life cycle?
Beginning.
Beginning. So that's our first observation for this afternoon. Good job.